Hey people, Bao here. Today we're gonna be watching a video called Why I Betrayed My WoW Guild. This is a video made by Pint, whose videos we have watched before and also reacted to. His previous one called 1000 Hours of Mage is the one we actually reacted to and has been doing very well. His video has almost reached 600k views in 2 months, and as far as I could tell, it had a really high ratio of likes versus dislikes. I think it was like 28k likes versus like 300 dislikes. It has been doing incredibly well, and overall just been a really good video. It's deserving of its praise, and just for the size of Pint's subscribers, I mean, this is a banger. It's just a banger. It's a 10 out of 10 video. Personally, I was a fan of its editing, narrative, and storytelling, which was very well constructed and smoothly done. And so I'm just curious if that translates over to this video. Whether he's gonna have like a similar type of editing, maybe not, maybe he will. Maybe he's gonna bring something new in. I'm not too sure, but that is what we're gonna find out today. And secondly, Pint, I wish you the very best overall. I'm very happy to see a new video. I've seen that you reached 50k subs milestone. I feel like that's a really good milestone to reach. That's incredible overall in my opinion, so good job on that. And overall I'm very curious on your state of mind. I hope you're doing well, especially during these tough times. I mean, that's for everyone. It's been not the best, to be fair, so let's just see how it is. I'm very curious overall, so yeah, let's get right into it. Anyways, so video is here. It's 23 minutes. I've not seen any bits of it. I've seen no previews of it. This is a completely clean first taste of Pint's newest video. So let's get right into it. I apologize if the audio is a bit wonky.
A few months ago, I decided to declare war on my World of Warcraft guild. Now, you might be thinking, but why, Pint? I thought you were a good boy.
No.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
I did not think
the
that.
arduous sin they committed. What they did to incite my divine wrath. They didn't give me this sword, and I want it. Back in Phase 1, this was one of the most sought after items in Modern Core. Well, you know, after Toep and Mana Igniting Core and Ring of Spellfire and Choker. But Mageblade is clearly the best, because look, it's a sword, it sparkles. Now I know, it's a reasonable drop rate, and even warriors are getting it now. But somehow, after a whole year in Classic, this item has still evaded my poor little gnome. Aww. So who is to blame? Is it just unlucky? Is it just unfair? Is this video just an elaborate presentation for why I feel entitled to loot? So here's my guild history. At the launch of Classic, I joined a nifty little guild while I was leveling, and was very set on my endgame goals. Pump, big numbers, pump, big damage, loot and gear, yes, power. And I hope to make some friends along the way. And you know, once I got to 60, I was pumping just fine, and I had already made plenty of real homies. But the loot was about to take a turn for the worst. Now, the first Mageblade that dropped went to a Giga pumping Chad Warlock. This guy was trying to stack as many world buffs as he could by like week 4. And he watched anime, so he was probably the main character of the raid, not me. So no complaints there, right? Well, that was until, you know, someone got made officer and decided, oh, I'm gonna leak the loot priority, haha. And you know, it's a good thing they leaked it, because the top 2 people on Prio for Mageblade were paladins. Okay, well, let's see where I am. Pint, fuck this guy. I'm never gonna give him any loot. I hate him. He's like Gnome Hitler. I fucking hate Pint. So yeah, turns out my GM fucking hated me because of my epic YouTube gaming channel. Or maybe he hated the fact that I'd tell people to subscribe to Pint in raids. And he believed that my behavior was egotistical and virgin-like, which I can't disagree with. Between the constant lying, the 2-hour MC clear times, and the numerous e-girl scandals, me and the boys figured it was time to jump ship to a new guild. By now, I had gone 4 months without Mageblade, and my first guild disbanded later that week.
Good thing you
but
jumped
I am an optimistic gnome and can look at the future with a positive eye. I'm sure in my new guild, Serenity, there will be no problems, and things will be completely different, and I will definitely get the items I want. credit where it's due, the leadership in Serenity was pretty good. But at the time, they operated on a rolling system. But, you know, I figured what could be more fair than Lady Luck? It seems pretty unlikely you're gonna go super long without getting anything.
Oh no.
12 more weeks without getting my guiding moonlight. I saw freshly capped 60s get it on their first molten core. But I can't take it out on Serenity, it's just unlucky, right? After all, they did change the loot rules after, but it didn't hurt any less. To them, it was just an unlucky hot streak of not getting any loot, but for me it had been more than 8 months without getting a very specific item that I'd been pumping very hard to try and earn. The psychological iceberg of pent-up entitlement was about to tip. So, I decided I wasn't going to take it anymore, and I quit the game to play that video game made for children where you grind every day in hopes for some arbitrary, random, mostly cosmetic improvement.
Okay.
Animal Crossing New Horizons, which I'll admit was kinda just like the gaming equivalent of Rebound Sex, so I fucking stopped kidding myself and came back to Azeroth. And since WoW Retail had mysteriously vanished after Legion, I decided to come back to Classic and give Serenity one final chance.
Okay, let's see what we have here.
I made a vow. If I don't get Mageblade right now, I am going to make a Horde tune and gank you all.
Wow.
I left it up to Lord's will, and when no loot from the boss dropped that I needed, the Lord said,
Pint, my son, don't let them hoes treat you bad. Ride up on them bitches and stomp them the fuck out.
Now I ain't no bitch. Okay, well maybe I'm kind of a bitch, but I'm not a bitch when it comes to loot. Your fate is sealed. Prepare to die. Well boys, let me tell you, there's only a few things more sweet than Mageblade.
Oh no.
And revenge is one of them. You get what you fucking deserve. Bang.
Rip Pint, he was not gay.
Meet Pont, my second mage in my little side project for the past few weeks. Look at how sad she is. It's because she doesn't have Mageblade. I'd sit on this tune getting boosted through dungeons by my absolutely new Chad of a guild who actually love and respect me. After taking about 2 weeks to get to level 40, I decided to go fucking sicko mode on them and use my full power. Mage be nimble, mage be quick, mage level fast, and suck your dick. I started off in Zul'Farrak doing a newfound zombie farm and was getting about 140,000 XP per hour. No, this isn't cheating, this is completely fine, what are you talking about? Whilst my friend was leveling like a normal fucking person, getting about 25,000 per hour. What a fucking casual, ugh!
I feel bad because I feel like a casual.
Hello? What? Hi! Oh my god!
So loud!
In only about 10 hours of gameplay, I had gone from level 40 to level 55. But oh shit! My guild's doing a molten core, and I'm level 55.
Fuck.
So I need to get attuned and put this puppy into full gear. So with the help of a demigod warlock who is unfazed by solid matter, I managed to get my molten core attunement just in the nick of time. Now in this molten core, my guild actually let me roll on loot under the pretense that I would hit 60 within the next week. I received a mediocre belt, a comfortable pair of mittens, and one of the best, most sought after rings a mage can get in the whole game. And I couldn't even equip any of it. Yeah, I'm definitely in the right guild. From there I made my way to Zool Guru, where I opted to beat my head against a brick wall for fucking hours on end, because I'm too stubborn. I will get this eventually. Fuck! Until my skill prevailed, and I was getting about 300,000 XP per hour, which is quite literally the fastest leveling method in the entire game, bringing me from level 58 to 60 in about 90 minutes. If my last video didn't convince you to play mage, these fucking leveling speeds should. Now I could finally equip my epic items. Wow! I look the exact fucking same! Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to raid the next week, so one of my friends gave me some extremely wise advice. Pint, you should start a GDKP, also, you are cool. Now, if you don't know what a GDKP is, essentially everyone bids on items for gold, and then all of that gold is divided amongst all the raid members at the end of the raid.
Wait, what?
Now, seeing as I'm playing on an American server, I figured I'd embrace the culture a little bit, and indulge in one of the country's oldest traditions. Violent capitalism. So I got some of my friends together and I made a nifty little Discord and I started spamming trade chat more than any of my competitors like the anime villain I am. Anytime a mage would whisper me, I'd go to their Warcraft logs and check if they needed any of the gear that I needed. And if they did, well,
Rip. Oh, rip.
we'd be conveniently full on mages. How unfortunate. And somehow, by the time Raid came around, we had multiple Thunder Fury wielders, a Scarab Lord, and a High Warlord all in the raid ready to go. After a home run from Gar and a Shazra Shinobi, morale was still looking high and some pretty swanky items had dropped.
Nice.
Oh. We defeated Ragnaros the Fire Lord, and it was time to let the vultures feast. I got a nice pair of Yeezys for pretty cheap. I got some sweet new gloves to finish up my 3-set, and won the Tier 2 pants at a hearty 75 gold.
Nice.
After the rogues had finished bidding on their second-hand Eagle Bloodfang pants,
you are not a Chad.
Oh damn.
we decided it was time to start auctioning the most coveted of items. My feet pics! Whew! Hold on. You just looked at my feet.
I did.
Wait, do you feel that? It's the cold, unblinking eyes of your ISP, hackers, and the Queen of England. But worry not, my dear viewer, because with ExpressVPN you can keep all of your activity hidden and encrypted, so that neither Her Majesty nor anyone else can see what you're doing online. Now you can watch all of those Felix makeup tutorials you've been wanting to watch without anyone knowing. It's okay. Your secret's safe with me. But that's not all. I know you have plenty of time to catch up on all those Netflix shows while you wait for Blizzard to fix Shadowlands PvP. What's that? The hip new show is region locked and you can't watch it? Well, with ExpressVPN, you can change your location with just one click and watch any show from anywhere in the world. Look at how easy it is.
I think
Even
I should consider
ExpressVPN.
I'm convinced by Pint.
Oh, okay. So I decided to watch the critically acclaimed anime movie Mary and the Witch's Flower, which is only available in the US. But with ExpressVPN, I was able to change my location and watch the whole thing without a problem. And you know, I gotta say, I quite liked it. Wait a minute. This is copyright infringement.
Yeah,
Expect to be hearing from my lawyer. Find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description box below at expressvpn.com/pint. Back to the video. Thanks to my Asmongolding, which is, yes, now a verb, I have been receiving hefty stimulus packages from simps and e-girls alike. And this allowed me to purchase the Talisman of Ephemeral Power for only 700 gold, which I could have spent on at least 1,400 Night Elf lap dances, so maybe it was a waste of money. The Ashes on Mage Blade. I laid down hard with a fat 100. I know none of these other motherfuckers need this shit. I made sure of it. And that's how I got my Azure Song. Wait, no! What the fuck, dude? You're a warrior!
Why?
I know what this is. This guy's trying to bid me up so I end up paying more gold. But I can't afford this, man.
You can. Get it.
I give up.
305.
Wait. Oh.
Ooh.
Don't say anything.
I won't. Oh. Maybe socialism has its merits, after all.
Ooh, what's this? Maybe finally?
Pint.
Oh.
As the righteous, upstanding, obviously good guy Alliance gnome that I once was, I must admit the dark side had clearly wormed its way into my heart. No longer was I the small gnome you've all come to know and love. Now I had become a big, fat, stinky Zug. And since Horde are clearly the bad guys in World of Warcraft, it was time for me to claim my vengeance. Nay! Justice. I figured Serenity would be my perfect target, so what dastardly plan could I conjure? Simple, really. Hit him with the oldest trick in the book. A goblin sapper charge and some AoE damage from a few mages can wipe an entire raid in seconds. So I had a team to assemble. First of all, set up a shadow Discord and get all of your mage friends in there. set up a certain time and place to meet. Get an alliance toon to kill us in a very specific spot so that our bodies are hidden, but we can still res right where Serenity would be. But let's not forget the most important piece of the puzzle. My good friend Bradshaw. Bradshaw's still rated with Serenity and thus would be my man on the inside.
No,
there we go. He would tell me what layer they were on, because back then layers were still a thing, but you know, they've since removed them, but you know, they were back then, it's old footage, so then I came.
It's fine.
And half the mages on the roster didn't fucking show up, but that's okay, because we were all there at the gates of AQ, ready to, dunk on them hoes.
Oh. That was good editing right there. You saw how they made the movement of the layer.
We see them on the horizon, and suddenly, all of my hardships, my pain, my suffering.
Come on, Pint, get him! Get them all!
Finally, a shot at redemption. Shot
please don't tell me you
at justice.
There we go. Pure terror.
So yeah, we only killed like 3 people, but one of those people was Kitiara, who was usually Serenity's top pumpin' warrior. But he died on the first boss, so the fact that I killed him doesn't matter. So the next day I finished up a GDKP and I'm going to turn in my items when I see Serenity is summoning people on the roof to get their ZG buff. Well, I still have a couple sappers in my inventory, what if I just...
do it.
After getting my ass promptly beat, my guild talks about needing some backup at the gates of AQ while they summon. I figured Serenity's raid time would be soon, so I head over to help out. My guild zoned into AQ, and shortly after, Serenity arrived at the gates, which I proudly defended to my extremely dying breath. Not gonna lie, boys, felt kinda humiliated at this point. Despite my later run-ins with Serenity being pretty coincidental, I presume they took it as an act of further aggression, so I decided to embrace my meme even further. All shall kneel beneath my foot, witness me, So they kicked me from the guild Discord, and I don't know, man, maybe it wasn't worth it. Leveling a whole other character, crying about not getting given fuck that. This is the only fun I can have in this fucking game anymore. Creating my own roleplay PvP experience is really fun. I'd recommend it. Whether your character is Orcman McZuggyzug, who terrorizes the lobbies of Duskwood, or Sir Chad, the guy that PvPs without a chestplate and flexes after every kill. Making a name for yourself with a fun PvP gimmick and a bit of a story is, in my opinion, one of the most fun things you can do in Classic. Because in the end, the only thing better than killing strangers online is killing your friends. I don't hate Serenity, I just...
Don't kill the inside man.
I just want bloodshed. You think my conquest would be so easily thwarted by feelings? My friend, if I was going to give up so easily, I'd have already done it by now. This was only the beginning. Soon I would begin my training with some of the most distinguished PvPers on the server, such as Wukul. Slowly, my power grew, and I gained some mad clout in the white main PvP community. I would make my faction proud. I'd already killed a few at the gates of AQ, so all I had to do was hunt down the rest of them and drive them into the ground like the dogs they are. Loktar, for the Alliance, Kill number 1, Kitiara, again, cause he was online, so... I head over to Booty Bay with a mage pal to pump some frostbolts into him. He pops shield wall, but unfortunately, that's not enough to save him from the fact that warriors, upon entering combat with a mage, are clinically diagnosed with erectile dysfunction, swiftly followed by deleting your character and turning you gay. I even managed to get a few bites in before we made our great escape. I'm passing BM right now, my dude. Kill number 2, and Zalia.
Who's that?
I track him down to Eastern Plaguelands and I start hunting. I find him and clap his human female cheek several times. We have an epic chase scene which ends in him unfortunately dead yet again, followed by him taking res sickness and porting. Mwah. I decide to call it a night and I snuggle into bed feeling great about myself.
Well done, Pint. Very well done.
Sleep without an ounce of remorse. I log on the next day and who do I find? Anzella. Oh, but he's AFK. I couldn't kill a man without him being here, I'll just lower his health so that when he comes back he can see my face before he eats the dirt. Feels pretty good to camp someone who has better gear than you. But eventually I got bored and moved on when I was told by Bradshaw that Enzella didn't know who I was and also didn't really speak English, so he couldn't understand my incessant shit-talking. Now I already knew this was gonna take a while.
That's a waste.
So I thought back to my training and remembered the ancient technique passed down through generations. Young Pint, today I teach you the art of having more people on your team. So I began recruiting a valiant set of knights to do my bidding. I would be the Twitch Eagle streamer, and my humble chat mods. I'd reward them with 10 gold per kill and a shout out in my next video, so now the whole world knows that you guys are fucking cheap clout chasers, Lamau. And of course Serenity saw the bounty that I'd placed on them. Some would say it lacks subtlety, but I'd say it's an alpha gamer move. So one late night in Hinterlands, my first pupil, Chillbra, head out to scoop up a couple kills on Shinarino. And he even cannibalized after. God, he makes me so proud. But he didn't get the kill on the Thunder Fury tank, so I'm gonna have to bump him down to an A-. Still, that's 2 kills. Also, he killed Laser Chicken, but I don't know who that is. So next up, Melandra. After getting a sloppily screenshotted kill on Angelzor, she did manage to get a tasteful one-shot on Marty McFarty. And finally, Viscount. My right-hand man and my tier 3 sub. This guy leveled a Horde Toon just to help kill Serenity. He camped Silithus all day and night, and this guy had more kills on Serenity than me. Dude, he's dangerous. So I head over to Silithus to help him camp one night, and I see Tilo. This guy who laughed at me.
Get him.
We hit him with some pyroblasts until eventually he flies out of town, never to be seen again. Until Viscount pulls a 400 IQ move of predicting that he was going to Tanaris. We land in Gadget-san and see who other than T-Lol, who of course runs to the inn to use his hidden technique of logging off and shit-talking in Discord once again. We waited in the inn for him to log back on for a whole 50 minutes before we decided to pack it in for the night. And unfortunately, this was the beginning of a pattern with Serenity. The next day, I tracked down another member to Blackrock Depths, and I waited outside for 40 minutes, but he never came out. Even Melandra, in hopes to get some extra credit, and some boys from the guild camped the portal room to catch Serenity as they ported in. And while we spilt plenty of Alliance blood, none of it was Serenity. I even took my massacre to Ironforge, but still, no Serenity.
Look at those damage.
Every day, the amount of people online in Serenity dwindled. I knew my time was limited. And in my desperation, I put up all the money that I had left. 1,000 gold to anyone who wiped Serenity. Chillbra and Viscount decided to plan the final assault. They gathered a much larger kill squad than last time, completely ready to kill Serenity once and for all, to claim the 1,000 gold bounty. But there they were, outside of AQ.
Nothing. But nobody came. I'm waiting.
It's been 3 weeks since Serenity has not been seen raiding.
Has he actually won?
The raid leader left the guild, amongst some others. Was it unrelated? Does having an angry LARPing gnome biting at your guild's ankles cause some damage over time, or am I giving myself too much credit?
No.
Who knows? So, is this it?
Is it?
Did I win? The past few weeks have been some of the most fun I've had in Classic. The role-playing, the companionship, the enemies. Serenity may have died, but not in the way I'd hoped. When the ranking system and the raid buff culture offered no entertainment, Serenity was there to keep me playing. To give me a reason to log on, a reason to go out in the world. But here I stand.
Empty.
With everything I ever wanted, and yet, at what cost?
What did it cost?
I have Mageblade, and although my slaughter was shorter than I'd hoped, here I am, missing Serenity. Because after all, what is the hunter without the hunt?
Aww. No. 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 It's true.
It's me, Pint, from Dancing. Now, most of you people aren't subscribed, so if you like this content, please do it. Also, Patreon, previews, tutorials, blah, 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 blah. And I'm probably gonna stream, so follow my Twitch, please.
Hey.
Anyways, I'd like to thank all of
follow.
Serenity, and especially Marvy the GM for being a good sport throughout this whole thing.
Ooh,
I'd also like to thank Sweppy for some of the art you've seen in this video. This is their Twitter. Also, my hard drive failed and I moved out of my parents' house. My life's falling apart. Bye.
Jesus Christ. Okay, wait, what? Wait, what was that last part?
All of Serenity, and especially Marvy the GM. Also, my hard drive failed and I moved out of my parents' house. My life's falling apart. Bye.
Oh, okay. 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 Wait, I need to hear that one more time. What?
Also, my hard drive failed and I moved out of my parents' house. My life's falling apart. Bye.
So that's what's going on. Okay, fair enough. What the fuck? Okay. Anyways, so that was why I betrayed my WoW guild by Pint. Obviously, very enjoyable video once again. Very similar editing used. Not really surprising. He's just using the same tactics that he has in a prior video, which just works for him really well. And I think just once again the story is really nice because it's like that story of like, you know, you log in for a certain purpose to, you know, annoy the living hell out of that guild, and then because of your actions the guild quote unquote disappears, and then your purpose is gone, which is so beautifully done in the last section with the like, I don't want to be horny, I want to be happy music. That's such a, I like that. He's just creating an actual story out of like WoW interactions. And the thing that I'm happy to hear a lot is that he said he was having a lot of fun with it as well. You know, like role-playing a character with a certain gimmick. I feel like that's definitely true. If you know, you make your own fun. When the game itself doesn't really provide you much fun, you have to essentially find a way to create fun within the game. I feel like the method that he has found is an efficient one. So, once again, let's just firstly start off with saying editing, once again, very much on point. I think it's just an incredible video. I'm very satisfied with how he has like these scenarios. Once again, you have to, throughout the video, you have like the Leech King cinematic, quote unquote, where he is the one explaining to his Horde alt about the story. And it's just like these several like little cinematics that he has, which is so cool. It's hard to explain, but I want to say editing, once again, Pint, you have done really well. I'm very satisfied with this, especially just someone that watches you. You know, once again, you have done really well, and for that as well, we're gonna be switching over to here real quick. It obviously give the little green, little blue. I cannot even see colors anymore. Blue button here, so very well done on that. So once again, editing was very much on point. Secondly, story, once again, it's like similar traits to the previous video. Story was very good as well, where it's like, you know, what is the hunter without the hunt? Like, I feel like it's so funny because it is true though. Like, you lose your purpose if there's no one to like hunt anymore. I feel like it is so true. Beyond that, I mean, like, you have, especially at the start as well, you know, you see him with the clown kind of makeup on his character, just like how the characters are being described as well, just showing their actual character and so on. I feel like it's just really well done. Like, I feel like at this point, it's kind of confirmed that it is definitely worth it to wait for Pint to upload. Like, with some people, you're like, okay, this quality for this long, it took this long to provide this. It's like, you know, have you been slacking? But with Pint, there's just no way. Editing is on point. Story is good. That's the second point. Story is really on point. I like it. It is relevant. It is relevant, not only to the video, but just to anyone interested in that kind of thing. And what else did I want to say? I'm also just trying to look out for the video. It's hard to say. It's just a good video. It's just a good video overall. Obviously, I don't have any negative points to mention, or like feedback points, which I'm maybe a bit disappointed with, because I do want to give Pint some feedback. like regarding maybe something that they could improve on. But to be fair, I see a lot of different elements. It's not just one style of editing. He's bringing a lot of different styles in. So I think it's very creative. Like my third point would be, it is very creative. This is not a standard video. This is just a banger once again. And I think the views will be equal to his previous one, which it is already on 106k views in a couple of days. That's just, that's just really, really good. With that said, I think it's once again a very good video. Pint, you've outdone yourself once again, and yeah, I hope before the end of the year you might have another one. But like I heard at the end of it, obviously you're having like a lot of you have a crazy situation going on, so I hope that goes well for you, Pint. And also shout out to what was it? The art was done by Sweepy Kun. Obviously, shout out to that person as well. And anyone that assisted, made it possible, should get credits where credit is due. So once again, thank you for watching. I don't really do this normally, but please subscribe if you like these kind of reactions overall. I will try to do more and just give my perspective on things and just see how it is. But Pint, once again, thank you for the video. It was very entertaining. I liked it, and just overall well done. And with that said, we are done. Thank you for watching and have a very nice day. Goodbye.